Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing a flip through of my May reading journal. But of course, as per usual, we're going to start out by checking out the finished April spreads. I'm still in love with this theme. I honestly gotta say this is probably one of the best ones I have ever done. Shockingly, I did not reuse my typewriter font stamp set this month. That's just because it wouldn't fit with my theme for May, but like, if I could, I would have. As you can see, did not finish out everything I had on my very small TBR, but that's not for lack of reading. My pages read across the board, pretty solid. I mean, over 4,000 pages read physically, which is fantastic. I did have a few 0 days, which isn't the best. You can actually tell right around here is where I fell into a fanfiction hole. I'm still crawling my way out. Unfortunately, my favorite line spread did not get utilized a lot this month. I read some good books, but just across the board, I wouldn't really say they were books that had fantastic quotes or really any favorites. Shockingly, I did actually have one from a comic book though. Change does not diminish us, it ensures our survival. What lies ahead is our story, and it only becomes more important when we share it. This was from volume 6 of Spider-Gwen, I believe. Right here you get a little bit of a peek into my wrap-up because, yeah, my wrap-up actually surpassed that single page and I had to utilize my brain dump for it. My inverse is out. Not as great as I would like it to be. Thankfully, I did read 2 more books than I brought in, so that's something, and 3 of these I'm actually going to be getting rid of. And then, as I mentioned, my completely filled wrap-up page, which I gotta say, this looks fantastic. Obviously, there are lots of comic books on here. I tried to do my best in keeping them volume by volume. I did actually just bind up the entire Dark Knight Returns arc into one. Technically speaking, that was 4. As for the little goals I keep, I did read a big book, 𝗖mě by Vaishnavi Patel. I obviously read a comic book. Unfortunately, I did not read a nonfiction book, but that's not the end of the world. I read 15 books in all, and across those 4,009 pages, I listened to roughly 19 hours of audiobooks. My average rating was 3.83 stars, and I had 1 DNF. My genre breakdown is very simple this month. 3 fantasy, 10 graphic novels, 1 magical realism, and 1 romance. Series also is pretty great. I did not start any new series. I continued 9, and I finished 1. 9 also includes, like, if I have 4 and 5 on here, both of those constitute continuing the series. Favorites. Unfortunately not as filled as I would like. Bulls in the Bronx by Pierce the Veil became my favorite song this month, mostly because it popped up on a random playlist and I forgot how much I enjoyed it and then just continued to re-listen to it. Favorite meal, I made this homemade healthy pasta that I really enjoy, and I kind of just threw it all together and it turned out very well. Genuinely don't think I've watched a single movie in April, so I didn't have a movie to put down. TV shows though, I got 3. I continued my rewatch of Bones. I've been very addicted. Josh got me into this anime called 𝗖cie RH/𝗁𝗁, I think that's how you pronounce it. And then of course, Mandalorian season 3. For my favorite moment, I had a hard time with this one. I just went with either ziplining or going hiking with Josh. Both of those are pretty fun. Hiking wasn't exactly what we anticipated to do, but we went to a new place and had a lot of fun. Then diving into my daily spreads. This is when we went ziplining. This was our first time going, and honestly, it was really cheap. I mean, it wasn't the longest ziplining course or anything, but it was super cheap and really easy, and then afterwards, we got to go walk around the sanctuary, and it was very cool. See, I just had a lot of stickers this month. Then we went to our favorite revolving sushi bar, and the theme for the current month when you get your little giveaways are Demon Slayer, and we won one of these like little can badges. I let Josh keep the can badge because he likes Demon Slayer, and I just took this and included it in here. We also went with his parents to go see this play, so I have this in here. It was a ton of fun, very hilarious. They actually told the story as though you were watching a radio show, which I realize saying watching a radio show doesn't really make sense, but that's how it was laid out. And then this was just me video planning. Now on to May, and as per usual, as I promised, I am continuing with my theme of Star Wars for May. Of course, I have to. I am partaking in the Star Wars readathon for the 3rd year in a row, meaning I had to stay on brand. If you're unaware, recently the new trailer for 𝗖cie dropped, and we saw multiple characters in it that were from Star Wars Rebels. So I decided I'm so excited for this. I loved some of these characters from Rebels. I'm gonna use Rebels as my jumping off point for my theme. So this quote, "We have hope that things will get better, and they will," is from Hera. It's hard to say I have a favorite character in Rebels because I really like all of them, but this is actually a drawing of, it's like her goggles slash headset that she wears whenever she flies. She literally wears it the entire series. Of course, I had to include a few X-Wings, and I have a little TIE fighter up here also. Then for my log, this is actually, you can see Hera here, and this is her significant other, Kanan. Kanan, so good. This is my OTP in this TV show, so of course I had to include them in here. And then just have a few important dates down. Obviously have Smutden marked, which I can't wait for. My TBR, you guys saw a little peek into this during my May monthly reset. I'm really excited. Thankfully, I've already knocked 1 book off. Also, this is Chopper. He is the droid on Rebels. He is hilarious. I've seen many memes that he is the best character. I don't necessarily agree, but he is pretty great. And then over here on my page's red graph, obviously you can see I've already marked a few days, but I have Zeb's rifle down here. I believe it's a rifle. I don't remember the specific type. Sorry, I'm a fake fan. Zeb is also pretty great. We actually saw him in the 3rd season of Mandalorian, and I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked, and I just squealed. It was great. Favorite lines, I once again didn't really want to do anything that would take away from the inner part, because thankfully I've already had a quote to fill in here, and I'm hopeful that this will be a little bit more filled than last month's was. So I just have random star doodles, and I got X-Wing, TIE Fighter, shiny stickers. And then, of course, I have to have my brain dump, and seeing as how she was the reason that I got so excited for this theme this month, 𝗖cie. Had to include her in here somewhere. She does appear in Rebels, so it is staying on brand. And then on my in versus out spread, I have Sabine's helmet. She is a Mandalorian, and she basically has a new look every single season because she spray paints her armor, and it's great. She also has a new hair color every single season as well. My wrap up, and obviously I've already read a few books. I'm very proud of myself. Granted, they are comic books, but you know, they count. And then up here I have a little cutout of Kanan's lightsaber, and then on this side I have Ezra, who I guess arguably you could say Ezra is the main character of the series. I have his lightsaber pistol duo thing, which is very cool. I mean, it's a pretty awesome lightsaber. It just looks very funky if you don't know what it is. And then for my favorites, I was officially out of stuff to put in. Just have my boxes as per normal. I also got a jelly roll pen this month, so I definitely took advantage of that with the black construction paper that I used in here. All right, y'all, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I have all my socials, as well as a few ways you can support me, linked in the description. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!